Hey, how's it? Cowboy Buzz here. How you doing? All right, so Cowboys versus Eagles, Sunday Night Football. Huge NFC East rivals. You know who I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with the Cowboys. All right. Yep. Bigger the stakes, bigger the rivalry. I know Eagles want to sweep us so bad. I know that they want, and now that it's kind of a need to now because they can clinch the NFC East more quickly. The Cowboys, they can just move into tie with the Eagles for first place in the division if they get this win. And and whoever wins the NFC East, I mean, unless it's home field advantage, Terrell is just a guaranteed home home field game, you know, at home, a playoff game at home, and all that. So yeah, but this game though, it's going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to moments, and I think it's going to be highly needed that we need all three phases of the game. Now, I kind of tying those two together because I'm going to say all the cliche stuff that I've said all the time. Cannot commit turnovers, gotta get takeaways, gotta score in the red zone, um, cannot get penalties and all that. That's a given. I guess a good team, that is always gonna be the argument right there. That's always the keys to the game right there. The moments though, in all three phases. Like we played the Eagles last time. The Eagles won how? They didn't dominate us. That they came up big when they came up in the big moments. If the defender doesn't take it as hard to Dak as he could have, and Dak could have just kind of strolled into the end zone, what would the game be then? If the guy doesn't lay up, if you want to call it controversial, that's fine. The Eagles already won already. I'm not gonna revisit. I'm not gonna rehash the whole thing. But what happened on that play was he tackled him where he did. And he tackled, and what the referees called is what the referees called. He put it in the referee's hands. We allowed it to put it in the referee's hands, and that's what happened. But if that guy doesn't do that, how would the game been? If when we got deep into the territory on the last drive, if if I think it was Brandon Graham, if Brandon Graham doesn't come up with that huge sack at the end of the game, who knows what would have happened? Because we was like, I know for me, I was like, ooh, we might pull this off. So yeah, so those are the types of moments I'm talking about. Um, in all three phases, that's the moments that can be provided. Turpin doing a kick return. I'm not saying necessarily a touchdown, but a huge kick return what gives the Cowboys a huge advantage and all that. A punt return. I would love to have a special. I love to have a return score and all that kind of stuff. But could be a block punt, could be a block field goal that could matter, that could make the difference in the game. You know. That's the moments that you look for. Um, you know. So yeah. And then defensive touchdowns. I mean defensive turnovers, takeaways. Um, you know, touchdowns I would love. But those are the types of things that is needed in this game. You know, offensively, you know, can I get the three? Like I'm gonna repeat myself. Can I get those three quick in and out? Because we're gonna need the defensive fresh for all four quarters. It's gonna be a battle for all four quarters. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe this game is going to come down to all four quarters of the game. So it is. Okay. So that's my, and then, and you cannot just rely on the same guys every time. Like I said, with the guy who, maybe it was Fletcher Cox, I don't know who it was, but maybe it wasn't there one of their bigger name guys. But then somebody else got to step up. It's great when Michael Parsons is making plays and all that, because that's the time when we can say we got that guy and you guys don't. When the Lamb makes a play, same thing, and all that. But those other guys, like like how with I just had mentioned Brendan Graham. We have a guy like that in D-Law who's been here since the same year as same draft year as Zach Martin and all that. But we always look at Zach Martin so revered, and and he is one of the best cowboy guards. One of the best guards out there, one of the best for the Cowboys. But D-Law has always been there. I mean, the only thing I've ever disagreed with D-Law was the stupid nickname that he tried to give the defense, but I'm glad that didn't stay. But yeah, he's always been a guy that's been mostly consistent, like, especially against the run. His pass rush he's come up in good moments and all that, but but there's a guy that we need to start mentioning, and that's Osa Odigizua. You know, um, I think in his draft, because I wanted his teammate. I don't know what the teammate is anymore. I forget his name already. But anyway, he's he's been he same draft too as Micah. So, and he's been just as big, either by the run, either by getting pass rush, getting sacks and all that. I know we like to get bland, like, man, he was a diamond in the rough kind of guy. Great, he was. He's been a huge guy later in the draft that we found. But it takes more than that. It takes like someone like Jordan Lewis, who've been critical of him for a long time, came up with those two big plays. It's those little things that help the team win at that moment. Instead of going, oh my God, freaking Jordan Lewis, oh my God, Terrence Steele, oh my God, this guy, oh my God. When you get them to go, wow, they made the play, that's when we win the game. Because those guys that we don't talk about. The stars are always gonna be stars. But who we gonna find out there else?